Part 2 of the master plan. Now, by now you've got your piece of paper with slavery circled. I want you to move it to the center of the paper. Yes. And like I said, we're going to talk about civil rights. And we're going to talk about religion, the big one, the civil rights first. Because we're talking about enslaving a whole minority. A minority. And even the majorities now. Because there's no middle class. There's only rich and poor. And as before. Now, like I said, civil rights was an easy thing. Because they told the man who was running the thing at the time, Martin Luther King, if you stay in civil rights, you'll be fine. But when you step across the line over to the peace accord, well, guess what? Then you're in a whole new realm. See, let me tell you, in order for you to defeat these puppet masters, you've got to learn the lingo. You got to learn everything about them. And how you going to do that? When you're too busy wrapped up in slave. You see, you've got to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. You got to know that religion, even the very religion that you hang around to, is all part of the same distraction to get you offline, off key with what God has for you. But guess what? Ain't God great? He's an awesome storyteller. Because if you go back into those scriptures on your own, without anyone else, he will show it to you. Like the Lord, how could that? He'll show you. Let me ask you, where was the church at when Saul, before he became Paul, was? Count afterward. If you read it, you find that the church was at home. At home, in their homes. They weren't in no buildings. Not like you see them in now, on Sundays. He said, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'll be in the midst. So there you have, there's a clue for you. This is how you beat the new slave system. If you want to be part of the body of Christ, the bride of Christ, or Yeshua the Messiah, then you got to be wise as those 5 virgins that were waiting for him of the 10. See, 10 was there, but only 5 left with him because the other 5 were foolish and they didn't have enough oil to keep their lanterns lit until he came to greet them and take them in. Is it all starting to sink in? All starting to sink in? Do you hear what I'm talking about? So you've been going to church for years, like he said, like T.D. Jakes said, the new Dalai says, you've been going to church for years and giving your tithes for years and you're still in the same old song. See, he'll have you believing, thinking that you need to get into a new economic structure. It may have some truth to that, but see, that's not the whole thing. See, God wants you to be free. That's why he sent his son. He says, I come to make you free. Then make you free so that you could have life more abundant and live it, having a more abundant life. Not a more prosperous life, but an abundant life. How? You've got to learn how to love one another. As he said, I have loved you. And you've got to learn how to love your neighbors as yourself. I'm talking about the people next door, but I'm talking about the countries next door, because they're all going to suffer the same fate that you are facing. In fact, some of them suffer before you. Look around you. Look at their governments. See, we go in and distract them too with our different free trade agreements. And then when it don't go the way we want, well, guess what? Something else happens. You're ready to start a war with you. Yes. But guess what? It always goes, because there's always someone else on their side wanting to be just like the ones that are coming in saying to me, hey, we're coming in to make you free. That's the master plan. The master plan is to keep everybody distracted. And one key thing is to make you a slave. Yes. I'll be a good slave.